Hello? What's up? Welcome to AMA 78. Just gonna get settled in. I just brewed some tea. Remember last stream I had this annoying cough. Trying to get rid of it. So today, we titled the stream Thanksgiving and Gratitude. So American Thanksgiving passed, and Thanksgiving is my favorite. Maybe not my favorite, maybe Christmas is probably my favorite. We'll say my second favorite holiday in North America. Canadian Thanksgiving is in October. So usually the first week in October, or is it the first Monday? I can't remember. Whatever. Anyways, so Canadian and American Thanksgiving, separate months, but pretty much has the same concept of, just being thankful for things, being grateful, showing gratitude, being happy with, friends, family, people you care about, people that you love. And I think that's important, like incredibly important, to be like a balanced human being that can live a happy life, right? And it's sort of like a weird thing to say, especially for guys. Like most bros would be like, oh, bro, gratitude? That's gay, bro. All right. But regardless of that, you have all of this crisis and anxiety and mental health issues and inflation and cost of living and all these problems that people have. And it's easy to get caught up in the madness, right? The whirlwind of life and society. And so I think it's important every once in a while to, take a moment, take a day, take some time to think about what you have in the world and just be grateful, because it's sort of like this perspective, I guess you could say, that you never really think about in your everyday life because everyone has routines. We're all busy, right? Everyone is busy, whether you're at school or you're going to work, day job, business, whatever it is. Everyone's just busy. And so I think it's important, again, like I said earlier, take some time, think about what you do have. And you'll realize that there are many people in the world who aren't as fortunate or as lucky. And it's tough because there's like that really simple quote. I think that Joe Rogan says a lot. And he's always like, the worst thing that's happened to you is the worst thing that's happened to you. And so what he means is that if the worst thing that happened to you this year was that you dropped your iPhone on the sidewalk and it bounced on the concrete and fell into the sewer. If that is the worst thing that's ever happened to you this year, then it lacks the perspective that there's so much worse that could happen, right? Just look at places like Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Palestine, all these wars. Think about like the pandemic stuff we just went through. People losing family members, businesses. There's just like so much that can go wrong, right? So So yeah, today I just wanted to kind of ramble on a little bit about what I normally do when it comes to this whole gratitude stuff. And this is related to the whole self-improvement, sort of mental health issues that I talk a lot about on the streams. And I don't do this that much anymore, but I had a gratitude journal. And I think it was like in 2019 or 2020, a couple years ago. I made a video documenting the importance of having a gratitude journal. And so every day in the morning I'd wake up and just write down a couple sentences, nothing crazy, just simple, what I was grateful for. And then when the month was over, I'd go back and I'd look back at all the things I wrote. And what's funny is that when I look at my previous entries, I was never grateful for the money I had in my checking account. I was never grateful for the car I drive, or the brand name shoes that I wear, or my LCD TV, or my laptop, or my monitor, or my camera. Like all the materialistic goods, whenever I was taking a moment in the morning to think about my life and what I was truly grateful for, it was never any of those things. And it's funny because you look back and you would think there would probably at least one day, but it's not. It's like health, family, relationships. Those are like the biggest things you realize, what that you're really grateful for. Like having parents or grandparents, if they're still alive, siblings, brothers, sisters, cousins, wife, husband, partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, all of that stuff, kids, children. Like that is what I was really grateful for most of the time. And then on top of that, it was my passions in life. I was really grateful that I wake up every day with a sense of purpose and I know exactly what I want to do. So not only was my attention directed towards friends and family and people that I love, but I was also grateful for just like my everyday routine, things that I do day in, day out. That's what really made me happy. And not once was it, oh, I'm grateful that I have enough money to buy a PlayStation, or I'm grateful that I have a Samsung phone, or I'm grateful that I have a Sony camera. It was never, ever any of those things. And I learned a lot from that experience, right? I really learned how to confront a lot of these existential questions that people go through. And we talk about this a lot on the stream. Sort of like, what is, I know this is like a super trite and cliche question. Like, what is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? And you can go down that road with the aid of psychedelics, for example, and you can find answers, or you can find the answers, or you can find what I like to call the because, the meaning of life because, and you kind of just like pick whatever you think that is. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, we're all just here for a limited amount of time. And there's almost like this haze of everyday life that I notice where you just wake up, you're stressed and you're anxious about finances and the world and your day job and your career, or maybe your education, schooling, and it's just, you're caught up in this tsunami of the world. And there's like no time to just sort of stop and think. So that's where this whole idea kind of stemmed from. And then also the psychedelics, it amplifies that by 10 to 100 into a place where it's, I guess you could say, incredibly interesting. So, oh, and some water. Okay, so anyways, normally, let's talk about holidays for a little bit. And I'm a little bit excited also because Christmas is coming up. And I think, as I mentioned earlier, that's definitely my most favorite time of the year. And it's not in the sense of receiving gifts. And I've always been very vocal about this, is that giving to others, in my opinion, feels so much more satisfying and fulfilling. And I know, like, when you receive a gift, right, and it's something that, let's say, you really wanted, it feels good. Don't get me wrong. It's cool. You're like, yeah, I got this thing. But something about buying a gift for another person that you care about, and then just seeing their face light up, that is priceless. And so that's why I sort of really enjoy these two holidays again, because it's family, it's camaraderie, it's love, it's people you care about. Like this is like the greatest thing in the world, in my opinion. And there's also some people who don't have that, right? There are some people in the world who, I guess you could say, they're unlucky. Maybe they have terrible parents, or maybe they don't have parents, or maybe something happened and they passed away, and like, who knows? Life is chaos, right? And so again, this I always go back to this idea of gratitude. It's like, man, I'm so grateful that the people that I care about are still here. You know, they're around. I can see them. I can call them. I can say, you know, hey, how you doing? I can send an email, phone them, text them. And that's awesome, right? Especially during the holidays. I guess I just wish that it'd be kind of better if maybe Canadian Thanksgiving and American Thanksgiving was the same time. Because they're essentially 6 weeks apart, right? Because American Thanksgiving's on the 23rd. Oh, let me do some history here. Oh, it's the 4th Thursday of November. Okay. The 4th Thursday, and then Canadian is like the first Monday, right? Bum, bum, bum. Oh, Canadian Thanksgiving is the second Monday. Okay, so second Monday of October, and then the 4th Thursday of November. Yeah, so it's like 6 weeks, right? Sorry, just give me a sec. So anyways, I have fallen off a little bit when it comes to, I guess you could say, like the self-improvement stuff. I was sort of deep in the rabbit hole when it came to all these self-improvement ideas and concepts, and this is where the whole gratitude journaling stemmed from. And eventually the channel has sort of drifted away from that niche. But it's still something that I enjoy, and I guess you can say I practice on a daily basis. But I think for whatever reason, the channel took this turn towards the more psychedelic and gambling addiction stuff, because this was like the content that really resonated with people. So I sort of have abandoned the self-improvement videos or topics, and that's okay. I think that's part of finding your lane or finding your niche on YouTube, right? And it's taken me a long time to do this, because I remember when I first officially started my channel, we'll say 2019, I had no idea what I was doing. I think I was recording like full day of eating. I was recording my workouts. I was recording my morning routine, my fasting routine. It was all this health sort of related stuff. And I feel like that, I don't like this word oversaturated, but the whole self-development niche, it's pretty big now. And I guess you could say it is a little oversaturated, right? And I don't know, it kind of just fell out of favor with me. It wasn't something that I was interested in that much anymore. And I kind of just moved on. But the one thing is that the habits I still sort of do behind the scenes. And even I think it was yesterday, I've been like deep diving into this world of longevity. This is like a topic that really interested me for like the longest time. Because when people think of like the word healthy, for example, right? It's always like types of food that we should eat or like the exercises that we should do. But I was always like, well, for me, healthy is, well, what causes you or enables you to live the highest quality of life for the longest duration? And so instead of trying to figure out what is healthy, I'd rather, what is it that we can do that promotes longevity? So I feel like that's a much better word to sort of go after. And the more I've been looking into this topic of longevity, man, the more convoluted and confusing it is. There's so much conflicting information when it comes to lifespan, health, nutrition, everything, diet, exercise, all of it. And that's kind of tough because also, how do you measure that, right? Let's say, for example, you're in one of those clinical trials, I guess you could say, and you are testing some type of drug or some type of diet or lifestyle. You won't know the results until those people have lived out their lives. Like, how can you say, oh, this one specific diet causes you to live, I don't know, on average, 5 to 10 years longer? Well, in order for you to prove that, the experiment or the test subjects have to run its course to find out, did it actually benefit this large test group or number of people? And so that's why I'm a little leery of the whole like supplement and health industry, because at the end of the day, I'm like, you guys just trying to make money? Like the whole multivitamin thing, that's super interesting because there's lots, like if you do a deep dive on multivitamins, for example, and you always hear things like, oh, eating a well-balanced diet is bullshit, or it's impossible, you should take multivitamins. Then you hear other things like, oh, but multivitamins do absolutely nothing for you. They don't even get absorbed, or you don't even utilize them properly. And it's just this whole money grab that the health and fitness industry wants to promote, this idea of micronutrients, and that if you take these things, it will improve your life or improve your health. But again, instead of like trying to figure out what the word health is, because health is such a vague word, like what gives you longevity? And what gives you increased quality of life, right? So that's sort of like what I've been interested in recently. So, I don't know, for anyone that wants to know, what I concluded was to see my doctor and then do my blood work. And then find out, based on the blood work, what I was deficient in, for example. And so I feel like that's probably the best way to start, right? Like find out what you're lacking, and then you can try to cover your bases afterwards, instead of this idea of just buying this thing that some celebrity promotes, like that what's that Ozempic thing, that weight loss pill? What's that weight loss pill that's really popular right now? Is it Ozempic? It's like this supplement that suppresses your appetite, right? Yeah, Ozempic. Ozempic. What is Ozempic? Let's see. Just going on a random tangent here about drugs. Ozempic semaglutide. Greetings from Hanoi, Vietnam. Yo, Lee, what's up? Dude. Yo, your comments make me laugh, bro. It's like greetings from China, greetings from Nigeria. Well, what was a running joke from the last stream? Was it Nigeria? Oh my gosh. Ozempic. I'm right now I'm just like Googling this Ozempic thing. that was it promoted by the Kardashians? Kardashians promote Ozempic. Oh, Khloe Kardashian? Wait, Ozempic is medication for diabetes? Jesus. Liked Ozempic. Oh, it was promoted by the Kardashians? So I've been hearing all these people taking this Ozempic drug, semaglutide supplement, or whatever, injection, whatever you want to call it, and then they've just been losing an incredible amount of weight. But then when you look into it, what it basically does is it kills your appetite so that you're not hungry to eat. And okay, fine, of course you're going to lose a ton of weight. But what is the weight that you're losing? And when I sort of did a deep dive into it, a lot of it was muscle mass, like lean muscle mass. And of course, some fat. But man, that's not what you want to. You don't like losing lean muscle mass. That's not good, right? But all people hear is that, oh, there's like this pill, this injection, this thing, this prescription that I can just take, and it's just going to magically make me lose weight. And that's the whole magic wand, silver bullet that the supplement and I guess you could say pharmaceutical industry is pushing because it sells, right? But there's no way that can be good for you. Ozempic OnlyFans. Oh my god. Well, no. Ozempic. There are several stars who have come forward to defend their use of the drug. Comedian Tracy Morgan uses it. Really? Gets weekly injections? Jesus. So wait, you can't. So Ozempic is an injection? Yeah, so semaglutide injection for type 2 diabetes. Wow. Okay, I see. I'm looking at the box right now. So it's like this blue pen for single patient use. Pen delivers doses in 2 milligram increments only. 8 milligrams per 3 milliliter pre-filled pen. That's wild. OnlyFans, the best way to make money. You know what? I don't think I've ever been to OnlyFans. Heard about it a million times. I've never actually used it though. But you know what? Hey, if there's some dude out there that wants to pay, more power to you, right? Yeah, Michael Jackson used horse tranquilizers to sleep. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was. Didn't MJ? He had like a personal doctor that's prescribing him all kinds of stuff, right? Isn't there some controversy with Michael Jackson's physician? Michael Jackson's physician. Conrad Robert Murray was the personal physician of Michael Jackson, providing medical treatment to help him sleep on the day he died, January 2009. Dang, it's been 14 years since Michael Jackson passed away? Really? That seems so long. Yeah, June 25th, 2009. Wow. Lots of married doctors donate money to stupid women. Yeah, the OnlyFans thing is... I don't get it, bro. I guess it's cool. Like, if there's someone that... I don't know, man. Like, if there's someone that, you know, is like, oh, I'm gonna donate money to stupid women. I don't get it, bro. I guess it's cool. Like, if there's someone that, you know, is like, oh, I'm gonna donate money to stupid women. I don't get it, bro. I guess it's cool. Like, if there's someone that if there's some celebrity that you really are interested in, I guess it's cool. I don't know. I have no interest in any of that stuff. Conrad Murray's a good singer on CNN? What? Wait, he's a former cardiologist. Oh, wow, here. So Conrad Murray was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in the death of Michael Jackson. This was in November 2011. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Convictions, involuntary manslaughter. Penalty was 4 years in prison, paroled after 1 year and 11 months. So he had a 4-year term or sentence, and he did 2 years and got parole. Jesus, that's crazy. Oh, Red, what's up? OJ Simpson is still looking for the real killer. Yo, OJ Simpson is crazy, bro. You ever see OJ on Twitter or X? It's like, hello, Twitter world. And then you read like the comments of his tweets, and it's all like these like kitchen knife emojis. Oh, OJ. Oh, look, Lee the bot is back. Lee from Nigeria. What's up, Red? How you doing, bro? We got a dead stream today. I guess I should keep the streams on to Sundays. People are probably busy doing stuff on Saturdays. But I'm taking the kids out tomorrow to the Santa Claus parade. So I'm gonna be out all day on Sunday. But we'll have the next streams on a Sunday, I guess. That's probably the better day. Happy late Thanksgiving, bro. Yeah, you too, Red. Happy Thanksgiving, man. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you do the whole stuffing, turkey, cranberry sauce, mashed potato type of thing? I love Thanksgiving, dude. Change this music. This song is lame. Just visited family and ate dinner. Okay, that's cool. Hey, Red, do you have any brothers or sisters? Any siblings? Happy Black Friday. Oh, wait, is there deals? Amazon Black Friday deals. What's up? This is usually when I do my Christmas shopping. I do Secret Santa with my cousins every year. There's about 10 of us in the group that we do. And every year it is chaos because I buy the most ridiculous, obscene gifts. I feel like nobody, everyone dreads when I get them for Secret Santa. I'm that guy in our family. I got one older sister. Okay, that's cool. That's nice. Dude, that's the best, man. You know, hanging out with the family, siblings, parents, uncles, whoever shows up and just like having a meal. And I guess in the US, you guys usually watch NFL on Thanksgiving, right? That's like the thing. Oh, there is a bunch of deals. There's a book that I want to get. It's 16% off for Cyber Monday. Damn, used is $41 for a paperback? That doesn't make any sense. Diego, what's up, dude? How you doing? How was your day, bro? Yeah, holidays are more chill now post-COVID. I can't stand hanging around extended family. I see. I see. You know what's funny about the COVID stuff? Um, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, man, how come COVID kind of just went away? It's like as if here we don't talk about it anymore. It's not in the news anymore. You don't hear about it spreading. Like there's no more information about it. And then I realized that stopped when like the Ukraine Russia thing happened. And then now there's like nothing about the whole Ukraine Russia thing anymore. And it's just Israel and Palestine. And I'm like, that's kind of funny how that works. Right? And I was wondering, what if like the Russia and Ukraine thing happened like 6 months after COVID? Like what would have happened if that occurred in like mid 2020? Would the whole like COVID craziness been the same? Or maybe would it have been completely different? I don't know. I find it interesting that stuff just gets like swept under the rug. Rihanna, what's up? Did I say your name right? Rihanna? My bad. I'm bad at pronunciating names. Hello, new subscriber from Alberta. Yo, I was just in Alberta. I went to Alberta to Calgary in the summer. Or is it the spring? Yeah, I was just in Alberta. My cousin lives in Calgary. Happy Thanksgiving to you and the family. Love the trip reports, but not the scary ones. Okay. I'll take it. So you like the regular psychedelic trip reports? I like a wide variety. I enjoy the beneficial ones, but I also like the crazy, deep, dark, demented, like interstellar, ego-crushing ones too. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. But I enjoy all of them. Americans have too much debt. They are going broke. So many homeless in LA and San Fran. Oh, jeez. COVID's still here. Because it was all a joke. Not saying it's not real, but the hype on its severity became comical. Ah, man. Yeah. You know what really bothered me the most about all of that? It wasn't about COVID or vaccines or masks. The biggest thing for me that really like boiled my blood. Walmart is wide open, but this small convenience store that's family owned, that has to close. Like that really bothered me. Like that was like, how does that make, it makes no sense, like literally no sense. You have hundreds of people jammed into Walmart, but you can't have like this family-owned business keep running. I think that was a thing that really, really bothered me. Because it was sad because we got an influx of couriers at work, like older people, like in their 50s and 60s. And I'm like, hey man, how you doing? Like you're new here? And they're like, yeah, my business got shut down because of the lockdown and I had to get a job. I'm like, holy, I'm like, how old are you? I'm like, oh, I'm 62. I'm like, 62? Like there was stuff like that. It was just sad, man. COVID variations are not as deadly and more people are vaccinated. Greetings from Red Deer. I'm trying to do mushrooms for the first time, but I'm getting nervous. The scary trips I hear about make me think twice. Okay, so easy remedy for that is a 1 gram dose or less. Here's the thing. When people get an ounce, an eighth, 3 grams, 5 grams of mushrooms, that doesn't mean you have to take it all, right? Start off small. Start off with like a microdose. Start like very tiny. And then you can figure out what your own personal tolerance is. The thing that sucks is I had a dose guide video on my channel before with all that information, but it got striked and banned and removed. So I know that this stuff is a little sensitive, so I'm a little apprehensive about talking about this subject. Is the stream going to get banned if I do? But yeah, start off small, figure it out, and don't be worried. I like mushrooms and sometimes ginseng. 2 grams is perfect. Yeah, 2 grams is great. What should we do for the 10K stream? I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait for the 10K stream. But like, what's the best recommendation I can give here? Okay, I'll try 1 gram in the ginseng. Thanks. Okay, so let's say 1 gram, for example. So I'll give you my personal experience around 1 gram, right? So this is, remember, you have to take this into context, right? I am an intermediate psychedelic explorer when it comes to my past use and experience. I am roughly 170 pounds and 5'10". So again, body composition, of course, plays a role in how you absorb certain compounds, right? Like take alcohol, for example. Now, a 1 gram dose normally will give you this interesting heaviness, like right here in your chest. Some people mistake that for some sort of cardiac arrest or some type of heart attack, or your blood pressure is going up too high, or your heart is racing. No, that's not what's happening. So sometimes in the 1 gram-ish range, you'll have a heaviness right here. You'll just feel like a weight on your chest. It feels kind of strange, and it's a little difficult to swallow sometimes. Like if you're drinking or eating something, it might be a little uncomfortable. And then everything else around you will be very vivid and bright and illuminating. Like if you look at a light, it'll be extra bright. If you look at a TV screen, a monitor, your phone, anything with colors, they'll just be like this brightness. And then you'll have a very, very mild body high. Right? It'll feel funny. It'll feel a little funny, maybe depending on your personality. You might laugh a lot. You may get really anxious. Who knows? For me, I get the laughter. It's just really funny. It's enjoyable. It's like a very mild high. And that's it. That's it. There's no hallucinations. There's no introspective work. There's no darkness. There's no ego death. There's no deities or gods or outer world beings. There's nothing crazy like that. All it is, tingling in your chest, mild body high, things are bright. That's pretty much it. And that is what I feel when I do it on an empty stomach, fully fasted. So generally, to increase the potency of this stuff, you want to do it fasted or take it with some type of citrus beverage, like orange juice, for example. It amplifies the effect, makes the trip a little stronger. And that's usually what I do. Also, if you just want to be completely safe, right? Have someone around you that knows what you're doing, right? That's someone that can take care of you, even though nothing crazy is going to happen. But it's just comforting to know that there's someone around you. Again, do it in a safe place, safe environment. You don't want to be outside near anything dangerous. At home, on the couch, perfectly fine. Have someone there with you. And then just go into it with the right intention, right? Have the right mindset. If you had a terrible day at work, if you got into a fight with someone, had an argument with a coworker, you're angry, like that's not the time to do psychedelics, right? You want to, this is why there's this idea called set and setting is so important. Set is your mindset going into the trip, and setting is the environment that you take the sacrament in. So for me, my mindset has to always be positive. There has to be intent. What am I doing? What am I trying to get out of this trip? Am I angry? Am I depressed? Am I anxious? Do I have bad feelings, or am I in a bad mood? Like that type of stuff you don't want to mess with. So again, right setting, start off small, and you'll be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. You'll be literally no problems. The only caveat that I tell people is if you have schizophrenia in your family, or if you're someone that's like, I don't know, if you're like 4'10" and you weigh like 90 pounds, okay, maybe start a little bit smaller. But that's my best recommendation I can give. And yeah, you'll be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. And also, this is what's so great about this stuff. Also, there is no physical addiction. There's no way you can overdose. Right? So those two things are completely out of the equation. Right? Again, as long as it is pure. So the way that I kind of generally do mushrooms, for example, you want to do stems and caps. Stem, like the base, kind of like a broccoli stem, and the cap, the top part. Try not to do the capsules, because what's in there? I don't know. It could be like wood shavings, some type of dust from I don't know. It could be anything in those like weird tan colored capsules, right? So stick to the stems, stick to the caps. Looks like a mushroom. Tastes like mushroom. It's going to taste like dirt, and it's probably a mushroom. So hope that helped. And also, my next trip will probably be when we do hit the 10K subs. We're going to just have like a, I don't know, stream party. And I'm thinking 3-gram dose is probably my limit that I would do. Because anything over 3, it gets a little hard to manage while streaming. Because there's this added level of anxiety and pressure whenever I'm doing a live stream, right? There's always this anxiety like, oh, what if I say something stupid during a live stream? Someone can just like clip it, cut it out, put it into a YouTube short. I could get canceled. I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. So again, so the 3-gram dose for me, it would be everything I talked about, but just amplified. So there will be hallucinations. The colors and the brightness is going to be overpowering. The body high is going to be immense. The heaviness in my chest is going to be strong. And I'm going to see stuff. But it won't be to the point of the darkness. There'll be no interstellar traveling, astral plane type of shit. No ego death, no demons. There won't be any of that. But the rest will be pretty intense. Great advice. I will try meditating too. Have you ever tried DMT? DMT, no. So on my list is LSD. Is on my list. Hopefully this year. But other than that, I've had so many positive experiences and benefits from just mushrooms and psilocybin in general that I haven't found the need to go elsewhere. And I know that a lot of people get crazy, right? They'll do some type of drug and then they'll like go wild. They want to try everything. They want to have all these crazy experiences. Sure. But the way I look at it is that mushrooms have been so enjoyable, so safe, and so beneficial that I've just been sticking to them. I haven't really found the need to try other things. Am I against DMT though? Probably not. What kind of tea is it? I think I had some black lemon, some type of black tea. Black lemon, lemongrass, orange peel. That's interesting tea. Hola, amigo. What's up, Ken? Is that Spanish? Bum bum bum. Where do you buy your .us? What is that? Do you mean mushrooms? Oh, where do you buy your mushrooms? Oh, nowhere. I have friends that just like give it to me. See, that's a thing that I never really got into. Like having a plug or getting a dealer, like that's a little dark, right? But if you have like friends who just like grow this stuff, you know where it comes from, you know it won't be laced with anything, you know it's safe. And so I just have like friends that just give me stuff. Shoppers Drug Mart, bro, that's where I used to work. SDM, Shoppers Drug Mart. What's good in the hood? Hey, not much, Ken. Just chilling. Saturdays are a dead day for streams, bro. I think we got to keep it to the Sundays. I think the Sunday streams work better for people. But as I was mentioning earlier, tomorrow is the Santa Claus parade in downtown Toronto. So I want to take the kids to do that. So I'm going to spend the whole day downtown, go see my brother, see my nephew, kind of do all that thing. Thanksgiving, gratitude, spending time with family. It'll be one of those days. Spores are so cheap too. Yeah. And legal. That's the other thing. Again, the legality of this stuff, it varies from country, province, state, wherever, depending on where you live. But you can just buy spores legally. It's not hard. That's why I missed most of this one. Yeah, I'm a little thrown off by this Saturday stream. But I wanted to just keep up at least one stream every weekend, right? I didn't want to go 2 weeks without a stream. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, so I had an interesting thought the other day. So recently I've been posting a lot of videos. I can get the trip report videos out pretty quickly. Same with the gambling stories. But I've been having this like major issue with my videos getting flagged all the time and limited monetization. They get demonetized and they have to like go for review. It gets a little tiring, to be honest. It's annoying because I really enjoy making the trip report videos. Like, it's really enjoyable reading these stories that people take on psychedelics. It's so interesting. I find it's more interesting than the gambling stuff. But all this work that I have to deal with and all these problems that goes on behind the scenes, getting all my stuff reviewed, like getting it all re-reviewed and confirmed, it's just such a pain in my ass. And then the other thing, all the psychedelic trip report videos, they bring in like no revenue. There's no ads. There's like no AdSense, like nothing. It's like pennies. And so like there's no like compensation for your work, right? So that's a little annoying too, because again, trying to like build this business. I have an editor that's sort of like on my team, trying to build out a team, trying to do this whole thing. And it's a little frustrating, right? When you put in like so much work and so much time into recording videos, editing videos, you have to deal with all this nonsense. It's a little discouraging. Usually I don't let this stuff really affect me too much, but to be honest, I was thinking a lot about it yesterday. It's oh, it's just a little exhausting, right? It's like upload, it gets flagged for this and this. Request a review for a human YouTube employee to review. They watch it, it takes time, and it's just this whole ordeal that I'm just tired of it all. Why no ads on your streams? Okay, so when the streams are live, I turn off all the ads. When the stream ends and then people, I don't know, they want to re-watch it later, then I'll turn the ads on there. And I have ads on enabled for all my long form videos and for the shorts, so it's enough. It's enough. I don't want the ads to ruin the live experience, right? If we're having a live stream, what if an ad just pops up mid-sentence while we're talking about something? And then we just completely miss what we're talking about or what's being said. I feel like it ruins the vibe. But if you're watching the replay of the stream, there's not that live element, so I'll just enable the ads then. So. And speaking of AdSense, how do we do this month? So far we're at like $100 and something, 167. It's something. But yeah, I'm not saying the trip report videos will stop. They definitely won't. But I'd just like to share sort of like how I feel. You know, it's just, man, this whole, like the whole content creation stuff, it's tough. It's really hard, to be perfectly honest. And it's hard at every level too, right? I know guys that are super successful, have like millions of subscribers, right? They're making tons of money. You think they would be totally happy, but they're miserable because they get all like 5% of their comments are all this hate and they can't deal with the criticism. And it's just like, yeah, and there's also like this pressure, right? Especially with my channel, because I'm always just like sharing my opinions in the moment, you know, doing a live stream. There's all this doubt that you go through. Is does anyone even care? Or is it, will anyone show up? Will anyone watch the videos? Will it benefit anyone? Am I doing all this work and making like 50 cents for a trip report video? Is it worth it? Usually I can overcome those negative thoughts, no problem, because I have perspective, right? But every once in a while, I'm human, right? I am human. This stuff, it does get to me from time to time, and it gets a little frustrating. But it's okay. I'll be fine. I'll be perfectly fine. It's just like I talk about this mental health thing a lot, right? And I get these comments from people. It's like, oh, you seem like you have your life figured out. You seem so well put together and happy, and you have all these things going for you. And I'm like, yeah, sure. But it's just a mask too, right? At the end of the day, you can't see what I'm feeling on the inside, right? I'm just like any other person, right? Stress, anxieties, negative thoughts, self-doubt. You know, I'm worried about things, not working out, you know, worried about not being successful. Right? You have all these human emotions. I have all these human emotions like any other creator. And again, normally it doesn't really get to me because I'm sort of old enough to kind of make it through all the dark times. But again, you know, I try to be honest with what I'm feeling and what I'm going through. So yesterday was sort of like an interesting day. I was like, sort of getting me down a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm thankful for where I am. I remember the days I had 100 subscribers, you know. and I had 0 people on the stream. Remember those days I'd post a video and get like 7 views, make no money. I remember those days, and that gives me perspective, right? So I'm still thankful for today, right? Like Red, see Red all the time. You know, thankful for Red, Ken, Lee, Forrest, all the other guys that come out, Rihanna showing up. It's just like, again, you know, perspective, right? So yeah, I'm fine. It's all good. YouTube, let me see. Gambling stories for me are the best. Gambling support content, not so much. I am evolving. Okay, let me catch up a bit. I really enjoy what Red's perspective on things. YouTube was so simple back then. I understand they got to tiptoe around controversial subjects to get ad placements and funding. But damn, it's so annoying to see your favorite creators discouraged because of their dumb incompetence. Your content is not even that grim or controversial, but others who show gore and borderline terms of service violating stuff don't get removed. Make it make sense. Oh, this is when you know you're... Look at this. You see this? Oh, it left. Look at this. You see that? That's when you know you're adulting, bro. I have a notification on my phone to change my furnace filter today. Stupid. I miss the days when things were so much more simple. You don't have to worry about all this chaos, but such is life, right? Yeah. Red again makes a lot of sense. You know that guy that he went super viral a couple months ago, where he literally spreads his cheeks and shows his like hairy ass, like ass and balls and everything on camera in a YouTube video with like millions of views. And then he like, I guess he like waxes his ass or something. And then he shows like the before and after. And I guess that's like educational content, fully acceptable and monetizable on YouTube. And I'm like, huh? Okay. But then I show like a TP of where I took mushrooms at my parents' cottage, and that is promoting the use of narcotics. It's like a bunch of logs, just like this, just press against each other, and I'm standing outside, not doing anything, not ingesting any substance, just like standing outside going like, hey, this is where I had my first psychedelic experience. So yeah, it's this is the thing too, Red. There's a lot of people that do YouTube because they want fame, right? They want like some type of fame. And then there's other people who do YouTube who just want money. It's kind of similar to fame, right? And then there's like a third group that do YouTube because they have the love for YouTube. And I think that is where the healthy content creators, I guess, will exist. But that's also where you have the most frustration, right? And it's tough because I have to play by YouTube's rules, right? At the end of the day, if I want to be on this platform, I have to play by the rules. I love YouTube as a platform. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber since 2007. Always. I remember, when did I create my channel? It was in 2007, in December. December 14th, 2007. That's when I created my YouTube channel. And I was posting basketball videos and poker videos. I wish I kept them and didn't delete them. Your channel is going to blow up soon? That'd be cool. Hate bro, what's that? Nigeria is watching you. People need to realize before they spout the negative online. Red is to wrench? Top wrench? Huh? Mental health is a serious problem that is not being dealt with. Yeah, you know what's tough about like the whole mental health thing? It's like you can't see it, right? Like I could stream, put on my smile and exuberant personality like normal, and just play it off like everything is fine. And you guys would never know, right? You guys would never know what's like going on the inside. 99.9% of my days are absolutely great, right? Like just I couldn't ask for more. Nothing to complain about. But like yesterday, there are days where I have, again, the doubts, the negative thoughts, the anxieties, and all of that. It's just like a bad mental health day yesterday, and I was just like, man, why am I doubting myself so much? Like, what is this? Like, I'm just stuck in my head for no reason. But you'll never know unless I tell you that, right? Yeah, I heard about that dude. Yeah, what's his name? I can't remember what his name is. I saw the video and I was like, bro. I'm like, camera's like zoomed in on you and you're just doing that. 10K subs. We have a viewers party, meet and greet. Yeah. Who? Mutahar from Some Ordinary Gamers covered him. I don't know if you heard of him, but he's from Canada too. Hold on. Mutahar. Some Ordinary Gamers? Oh, Red. I was looking up that fat white guy that rages. God damn it. We were talking about him on the stream last time. The dude that lost all his money and he was like begging people. I forgot his name already. I was watching some of his stuff. That guy is a maniac, bro. What's wrong with that dude? I was like, holy shit. Oh, Candy Wellness. What's up? Okay, hold on. Sorry guys. Let me catch up to the chat real quick. Let me see. Big ups Candy. Yes, Candy Wellness. Blue Wrench, perfect guy for Oh, okay, moderator. You're already at 8K. Last time I was on your live, I think you had 5K. You're making the dream into reality. You're inspiring, Derek. Hey, thank you, Candy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we had like a big uptick in subs. You know what? To be perfectly honest, subs is not something I try to get. If you notice in my videos, I never say, smash the subscriber, make sure you subscribe, or don't forget to subscribe. It's just, if you like the content, if you like the message, then they'll probably subscribe, right? And so that's just sort of like the way I see it. But yeah, we somehow went from 5K to 8K. I don't even know how. The only metric I look at is sort of like how much I'm gaining per day. So right now, every day, even if I do nothing, I get like 10 every day. Like 10 subs a day. Let's see, in the last... What did we get in the last 28 days? Yeah, like 300 the past 30 days. Yeah, like 10 a day. DSP Gaming? Oh no, Boogie. Yeah, Boogie 2988. That guy, dude. Oh my. I was like, what is this? This guy's... Jesus. I had to stop watching. So bad. Thank you, it is. I'm getting shit done. I'm going to post a YouTube video either tomorrow or Sunday. It's going to be a meditation. I did a festival. Oh, that's dope. OJ Simpson is innocent? You're going to blow up soon? What is... Yo, is there an emoji in YouTube for a knife? Oh, there is. This is what people post on Twitter. The knife emoji whenever OJ posts something. So bad. He was like, "Hello, Twitter world," and he talks about, like, I don't know, some life lesson or some parable. And then you look at the comments, it's all like knives and gloves. Oh, it's so bad. Your variety is what's fueling the growth, bro. Yo, Arnie's here. What's up? Our Icelandic brother. I'm out here freezing my bullocks off. Yo, what's the temperature? It was -2 yesterday, Celsius in Canada. What is that in Fahrenheit? Like 30? What's why do we do this every stream? Every stream I Google Celsius to Fahrenheit calculator. So Celsius is -2. Oh, Fahrenheit is 28. Yeah, so it was 28 Fahrenheit here yesterday. Let's see, temperature in Iceland. Right now, 6 degrees and rain and snow. Rain and snow. Oh, dude, you have snow already? You're getting snow on Tuesday? -2? Oh, God. Yes, I'm here. Sorry for missing previous streams. Hey, no worries, dude. Come by whenever. I try my best to do the streams once every weekend. So come by when you can. I feel you. If your content is genuine and you're doing it from your heart, the subscribers will happen naturally. I'll be honest, since I'm still at the beginning of my channel, I mention it a lot still. Yeah, like the other advice is, it's good to say, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because a lot of people forget, or you should tell them hit the bell notification button if you want to get notified when I release my next video, because a lot of people don't even know what the bell button is or what it even does. So it's good common practice to tell people to do things. And the reason for that is, I hate this reason too. A lot of creators say, like, your viewers are like sheep. You should tell them to do things and they'll do it. Tell them to buy your product. Tell them to subscribe. Tell them to donate. Tell them to whatever, right? And I hate that, because it just feels so disingenuous. It's just like, the way that I see it, if you want to subscribe, it's there. Go for it. If you want to donate, sure, go for it. But I don't want it to be because I tell you to do it. That seems, again, it seems so disingenuous. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just, that's just the way I am. I know it's kind of like bad practice, because imagine if every single video I said, make sure you subscribe or smash a like button, hit the, like, how many more subscribers would I have now today if I did that in every video? Right, so. But it just feels so cringy, right? It's so cringy. It's like Boogie. Like, I'm watching him and he's like, oh, my sad story. I lost my wife and I invested, had money in whatever, this cryptocurrency, and then, I need, it's just like, dude, I can't listen to you. What is OJ Simpson's computer password? / escape. Oh, shit. Oh no. Oh no. / and escape. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Yo. Oh, that was funny. Holy shit. Yo, you guys. There's a lot of volcanic activity here in Iceland. They're saying it may erupt. Oh my god, dude. Are you serious? Did you know Iceland is only roughly 14 million years old geologically? What the? Really? So, was it a piece of something that broke off from like Greenland or something, and then it became its own island? I think it's cool that minus 40 is the same in Fahrenheit and Celsius. Oh, is it really? I did not know that. Wait, minus 40? Oh, what it is. That's so bizarre. So, like, you're dead. Like, if you're outside at minus 40, are you just dead? Like, is that the outcome? Oh, Ken, you got light flurries? Smash that like button, give me money. Yeah, that's lame, dude. That's lame. Question, would you ever go to war if you were drafted, Derek? And if so, would you be able to kill an enemy? Oh, God. That's an interesting question. It's interesting because I'm generally pro-military. I have so much respect, especially for Americans, the American military. Because if shit goes south or there's World War III and Canada is somehow involved, the Americans are saving us, right? So I have a lot of respect for like American military, all of that. But if I was drafted, could I kill somebody? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I've shot a couple guns in like Buffalo at like a range. It wasn't my thing. My friends loved it. They had so much fun. I just thought it was all right. I was like, I don't know. It's sort of not my thing. My dad was in the Austrian army. He was in the front line. He was like they called him like a belly grenade thrower. He'd lie prone on his belly and like chuck grenades like this. But then they found out by profession he's a cook. So he got excused from infantry duty and they put him in the kitchen to cook. So maybe I'd find a way to do that. Or find... Actually, no, I can't cook. So how would I find a way to do that? I'd probably try to finesse some way to put me in the diplomacy section of the military. Let me be someone who... what's the right word? Communicates or tries to find peace with the enemy. That's probably what I would try to do. Guilt tripping your audience is the most disrespectful thing you can do as a creator. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Shit. Yo, you guys, you guys are wild, man. I don't think anyone should be viewed as sheep either. Whoever said that is messed up for that one. Yeah, if you read a lot of like YouTube books or YouTube gurus or courses, they always say that like your viewers are like sheep, and if you just tell them to do stuff, they'll do it. I'm just like, ugh, I don't like that at all. The way that I view you guys, it's like a tribe. That's like sort of like the way that I see it. It's sort of people coming together to communicate and talk about certain subjects because we have some type of interest that we all sort of have and share. So I sort of view it as like subscribers as like a tribe. I don't see it as like, oh, I got another sheep today. Maybe they'll donate money to my PayPal. Like, ugh. On the other end, I understand reminding people to subscribe or the notification bell. Peeps don't pay attention sometimes. Yeah, it's good practice because people don't even know that the subscribe button or notification bell does anything. What happened in Niagara Falls? Yeah, there was a car blew up, right? On the, I want to say the Rainbow Bridge of the falls. I think there were 2 American people who died. Yeah, our whole airport was it the airport or the border? I can't remember, but the police were all over the place that day. It's on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. We're on top of a hotspot, and half of Iceland is on the American plate and half is on the European plate. Okay, I'm looking at Iceland at a map right now. Iceland is on my dad's bucket list of places that he wants to go to for photography. Damn, look at that. You're not that far from the UK or Norway. Dude, that's crazy. What a wild place. Yeah, my dad asked me if I want to travel to Iceland for a week in the future. I said, maybe, dude. I just can't afford it. It's so expensive. But he wants to go so bad, like for photography, and so he wants me to come with him. Maybe one day. What's cringy is when a YouTuber says, give if you feel like supporting, give money to my channel instead of putting it in slots. Oh, God. Jesus. Buy me a coffee. I accept PayPal as well. I don't think I have what it takes to take a life. I can barely snuff out a wasp in summertime. Yeah, you know what's interesting? I remember I read an article about, I want to say World War I or World War II. And there was some statistic that a certain percentage of a lot of the infantry, they couldn't even pull the trigger to shoot at the enemy. And instead, they pointed their guns towards the sky and just shot up. Because so many people just, they couldn't do it. Like, imagine in the moment. It's easy for us to judge and say what we would do when we're just sitting at home on our computers talking shit. But imagine you're in the heat of a battle. You're in the trenches. You're in a war. There's planes, there's bombs, there's artillery, there's rats running across your feet. Everything is dirty. You're covered in mud. You're holding a gun. And you're scared, you're terrified, you're shaking, and then you gotta like point your AK rifle at some random person you don't know and you gotta shoot him? Like, you know how hard that would be to do in the moment? Like, you have no idea how you'd react. I bet that a certain percentage of people would freeze or probably couldn't go through with it, right? Because most human beings are good people. So, yeah, I have no idea what the answer is. I'd imagine I'd really struggle. I'd probably I'd be like, yo, what am I doing? Yeah, I don't know, bro. That's an interesting question. Shit. You could run the mess halls. What I find cringy is the word fans. We are equals. Karma will get us all. What, violent protests today in Dublin, Ireland? Really? Is it for like the Israel-Palestine thing? Dublin, Ireland stabbing? Someone got stabbed? What happened in Ireland? Sounds like some kids got injured in a knife attack. I have no idea what the story is. Cool. I hope you come and we can do a stream over here. Bro, you gotta show me around. Where do I go? I don't know anything about Iceland. Cash App is good. Oh god. World War One was industrial slaughter in a way that had never happened before. A whole generation of men disappeared to the dust of time. Yeah. You know what? You know what one thing that psychedelics really does to you? Or this has happened to me many times. Is especially now when I take psychedelics and then I think about like just war. I think about World War One and Two and how many millions of people died. Imagine if we were born in that era. I'd probably would have had to go to war as a middle-aged man and fight and defend my country, and I probably would have been slaughtered. But thankfully, I was born in the mid-'80s, grew up in the 90s, and didn't have to deal with any of that stuff. But imagine today if there was some World War III. Like, just imagine what that would be like with the type of bombs and advanced artillery and nuclear weapons and supersonic weapons and drones. Like, it's probably horrible. And it kind of brings up this anxiety of like, man, we're just a couple bad decisions away from like destroying the entire planet, right? That's a whole concern with countries having nuclear weapons, right? We could just blow up the earth 1,000,000 times over. And that's, of course, you don't really think about that. But when you're taking psychedelics and you get really sensitive and you think about introspective things, oh man, that freaks me out. Wars meant something back then. Now we're fighting over bullshit. Yeah. You know what? I've tried to educate myself, and I've really been reading about the whole Russian-Ukrainian conflict and just trying to like understand a little bit better, because I was so oblivious to what was going on. I was so uneducated to the whole confrontation and the animosity that's between those two countries. And I was reading and reading and reading, and I was like, oh my gosh, this thing is deep. To try to understand the whole story of what's going on there, it takes a lot. And then conversely, I tried to do the same thing when it comes to Israel and Palestine. I tried to dig, read all this stuff. You know, history, you know, the World War II, the Jews, Zionism, and then the Holocaust, and all of that. I was reading everything, and just, again, there's just so much there. It's not as simple as this is right and this is wrong. There's so much to those stories, and I was just trying to like better understand what's going on. And I came to the conclusion that I can't think of one good possible outcome or resolution for those two scenarios. It's so convoluted and messy. It's really concerning. We are blessed never to have known experience being in a war. Yeah, +1 to that, Ken. Sadly, I see nuclear wars coming. Jesus. Let's all visit Iceland. Yo, I deleted the pinned message on accident. My bad. Yo, what happened? Oh no, yo, that pinned message was lit. It was, it was like OJ's OJ's password. Yo, that shit made me laugh. Okay, I guess it's gone. I can't bring it back from the dead, Red. It's all good. I meant to dismiss it. Oh, okay. All good, bro. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Wait, Red, is that sarcasm? Humans always fought over bullshit. Remember, people had a war over spices or something. Oh, Jesus. You know what's funny? When I think of spices, I always think of Dune. Is the next Dune movie coming out? Dune. What's the second movie called? Dune. Oh, part 2. Oh, 2014. Okay, never mind. I hate extremists. Yeah, there's all kinds of chaos going on when it comes to war. It's sad. Yo, Lee, you're wild, bro. Kim Jong-un? Holy shit. Oh, yeah, party in Iceland. Yeah, war never makes sense. It's always a bunch of hurt people stuck in their egos. I hate war as only a soldier who has lived it can. Only as one who has seen its brutality, its futility, its stupidity. Wow, that's a quote by Eisenhower? I hate war as only a soldier who has lived it can. Only as one who has seen its brutality, its futility, its stupidity. MFers literally fought over bananas in the 80s. Oh, God. Yo, that's dude, that quote is deep, bro. Yeah, that stuff worries me. It worries me. I just hope that, you know, people can get back to the negotiating table somehow and find some form of diplomacy in all this chaos and madness. I think that's like the best thing you can hope for, right? Because worst case scenario is what? One side is close to defeat and their ego, they can't let go of the fact that they're going to lose and they resort to nuclear warfare. Like, that's a worst case scenario, right? Bruce Willis has dementia. Bro. Dude, you're so random, man. What the hell? Bruce Willis out of left field? Holy shit. Oh, you guys make me laugh. Lee has all the current events. Holy shit. This guy just brings up Bruce Willis out of nowhere. Holy shit. That's so random. It's like the most random shit ever. Oh. Yo, you guys make me laugh. I'm telling you, Leah's a bot. Yo, it's in capital letters too, dude. Going to jump off this one. Much love to you all. One tribe, one vibe. Hey, Ken, have a good Saturday, brother. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your night. Ooh, however, life is all about duality. We don't know peace without chaos. One doesn't exist without the other. Just like we can't strive to feel happy if we don't also know what sadness feels like. Yeah. See, that's the other thing too. It's like if you grew up in peace, if you're born in peace and you live through peace, you've never known what the other extreme is like. And again, it's sort of like getting back to this idea of gratitude. You just take it for granted. Lee bot. Cher is 77 years old. Her boyfriend is 36. What the hell is that? What? All we know is peace in the West. I don't know if we are as hard as a generation that was up in World War II. If all we know is peace, then we have gotten soft. All I know is that I ain't eating bugs. You can go ahead and shoot me before I eat that crap. Oh, Ken came back to smash that like button. Oh. Yo, you guys are jokes. Dwight Howard is gay. Yo, Dwight Howard is gay. Oh my! You ever see that injury report history of Dwight Howard? It's like injured. No, he's like out DMP, knees, bruised knees, bad back, sore hips, injured knee, and then eventually had like a bruised butt. He's like did not play, hurt his butt. Yeah, the basketball player, Dwight, Superman. Derek is half Chinese. You know what's the best? When people that I meet, like in person, they ask me what my ethnicity is or what my background is, and I tell them, "Oh, just guess. Take a wild guess." That's always amusing, because I get like the most widest spectrum of nationalities and backgrounds. It's hilarious. Makes me laugh. Is there a stream tomorrow, Derek? If so, I'm there with my weird questions and comments. Okay, so tomorrow in the afternoon, I'm taking my kids out to see the Santa Claus parade. So I have no idea when I'm going to be back. So that's why I did a stream today. Do you guys want a second stream tomorrow? Back-to-back streams? If that's something you guys want to do, let me know. I could maybe try to figure it out. It might be super late though. I have no idea when I'm going to get back from the parade. Is there a way I can do... How do I do a poll? Poll. Stream tomorrow? Let's say late streamed. How do I'm trying to like... There's an option for me to make a poll. Does that work? Okay, there. Late stream tomorrow. Vote. So depending on what time I get back from the Santa Claus parade... Oh, I don't know if you guys know. I have a brother, and he has a son, so I'm going to go see my nephew. Yeah, so I'm going to go to my brother's place because he lives downtown Toronto, and his place sort of like overlooks like this main intersection where the parade is going to go through. So we're going to take the kids, hang out at his place, probably get some lunch, watch the parade with the kids. Traffic is going to be insane because I live outside of the city, like maybe 40 minutes out of the city. So I live in the suburbs. And so it's probably going to be like 40 minutes to get there, and then who knows what time for me to get back. The other option is I was thinking about taking the train. I could take the train or the subway down, but sort of like a pain in the ass. You got to bring the kids stuff, got to bring the stroller on the subway. What if like Lincoln shits himself? I gotta clean his ass on the subway. And I don't know. I also make people guess my ethnicity too because I'm biracial. Oh, Candy, what's your mix? I like Dennis Rodman. He supports North Korea. Jesus Christ. Jesus. You know, I like the worm, but not for those reasons. Hell yeah, why not? Okay, okay. You'll put your votes in. This is democracy? No. What do you call this? I guess democracy. How do I hide the poll? Okay, there. Sorry, I'm not good with all the YouTube streaming features. I'll be there if you go on. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I can possibly join the stream. I may be in a flow state getting shit done. Yo, in a flow state. Yo, I love being in a flow state when it comes to work. Like, just like so productive when you have that like laser focus. And then when you add a little bit of caffeine to that mix, oof, I can get all the video editing done. Jeremy Lin is a Chinese NBA player. I like Yao. Oh, I was at the Jeremy Lin Simu Liu Asian Heritage charity basketball game in Toronto. It was funny because I was the only person there that didn't look Asian. It was all Asian people and fucking my white ass. My friends were like, yo, they're like, yo, dude, you're the only guy that looks out of place. Oh, so bad. Spend time with the fam tomorrow, brother. YouTube can wait. Yeah, I will. It's if, we'll see. If I get back in time, maybe we'll run it. I'll make a community post about it. So we'll see. We'll see. Guess my ethnicities. Okay, I've watched a couple of your videos, Candy. You're doing, you're talking in like your room. How do I can't click. I just can't click your... How come I can't click your name in the chat and then just go to your channel? God, that's so annoying. So I click your name and it says report person, remove person, put person in timeout, hide user from channel. Oh my God. That's my options? I can't just like go to Candy Wellness's page? Jesus. What a... Are you in Canada, Derek? And if so, what is that about? Oh. Ah, dude. Don't get me started on Canada, man. It's so depressing. It's so depressing. I heard the Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau dude is a commie. Yeah, I don't know if you guys want to get into this type of stuff. Canada is an interesting place. I have a love-hate relationship with Canada. I'll give you the short version. The short version is generally pretty safe, generally lots of opportunity, generally decent healthcare, where if you get hurt and you have to go to the hospital, you won't get a bill for $100,000, right? Lots of great stuff about this country. However, recently there is this slide where we're on this slippery slope to becoming a socialist country / dictatorship somewhat. Because in America, you guys have term limits, right? Like 4-year term limits. And then you can run again for a second term, like Obama, for example, but then you're done. You do 2 terms and you can't run again. Here in Canada, we don't have that. There is no term limits. So as long as, let's say, the Liberal Party stays in power, their guy, whoever their leader is, will stay the prime minister. And so if the Liberal Party stays in power and their guy is Trudeau, it will just keep being Trudeau. There is no limit to when that can stop. So that's a problem, because that's how you get a dictatorship, right? You have to cap in a person's term limit. You have to. Like, I don't know why we don't have this. Like, you just have to read a history book and you'll find out why this is important. And we don't have that. Second thing that I really despise is we don't have freedom of speech. We don't have First Amendment rights in Canada. So if you say something in public, if you voice an opinion, if you are a comedian who says something on stage, you can be sued for hate speech, derogatory stuff. We do not have freedom of speech. And again, that's a problem. So again, lots of good things, but also lots of bad things if I'm being totally honest, right? So that's a short story. The one good thing though, like for example, when Tiffany was born, when Lincoln was born, right, had to go to the hospital, had to get like epidurals, got a private room, all this care, $0 for no medical bill, nothing, right? There's nothing. If I fall, break my arm or leg, call an ambulance, no medical bill, right? So they're again trying to be as fair and objective here. I am not a hater, right? There's lots of great things about living in this country, lots of great things. So I'll leave it at that. Canada is a communist country. Okay, or just listen to Lee. Holy shit. Oh. It's okay, I'll tell y'all I'm half black and... Oh, Filipino. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's interesting. Many people leave in Canada. Healthcare is broken. Pray for Canada. This Canadian Asian is spitting facts. Jokes aside, I hope your country betters itself just like mine. We are all struggling. You know what's interesting though? How about you take this solution? Let's say take 33% of the good things of Canada, take 33% of the good things in America, and then take 33% that gives you the ideas, the nationalistic ideas that your core citizens value, and combine those together. Like imagine if America, you didn't have this crazy healthcare bill when you, I don't know, fall and hurt your elbow. Or imagine in Canada if you could have freedom of speech and just say things. Like if you just take the good and combine that somehow. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, so obviously, but that's the way that I feel about it. But instead, Americans laugh and make fun of Canada. Canadians laugh and make fun of Americans. It's so stupid. We are part of North America. We are the little brother to your big brother in the US. We should be like trying to better each other or something. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. What is your opinion on Gen Z and the younger generations? Ay, ay, ay. That's a rough one. So, I think the younger generations sort of have a little bit of a disadvantage because they're growing up with this whole social media ridiculous nonsense. So their expectations are not realistic. They're seeing a snippet of all the best people's lives and all this craziness. Like they're growing up with that. The one thing that I have noticed about a lot of the younger generation people that I meet at work is they have no patience for the pecking order that corporations go through. So say, for example, if you work for a Fortune 500 company like I do, seniority matters. The time you put in at your job, it matters, right? Years matters. The work you do matters. And a lot of these younger people I meet at work, they've been working for 8 months, 14 months, and they want to be a manager. They want to be promoted. They want to make $100,000. I'm like, yo, you just got here. It doesn't work like that. Like there's no patience. You have to make your way up peg by peg on the corporate ladder, right? You don't just join a company and then in a year and a half you're the boss, you're the CEO, you're the chairman of the board, or you're the managing director. It's like their expectations are sort of all out of whack, right? And other than that, I think that's the only negative, that's tangible negative that I've seen with the younger generation. It's just like this lack of patience. But also think about it. These kids are growing up in an era where you can order food on your phone, get it delivered to your house in like 15 minutes. Like you don't have to do anything. Everything is just instant, right? Order Uber on your phone, Uber Eats, or skip the dishes, or order Amazon Prime, next day delivery. Like everything is instant. Again, it's this whole idea of instant gratification, right? So it's what it is. Every generation is different, right? Every generation is different. Cost of living is very high in Canada, high taxes. Yo. So Lee is spitting facts on that one. Like the taxes I pay for my house is insane. It's insane. I think even when I bought the house, you had to pay like land transfer tax and it was like $30,000. Yeah, cost of living is bad here, dude. Has TikTok created a generation of half-wits with the attention span of a moldy sausage? That just piggybacks off of basically what I said, right? Man, why do I keep clearing my throat? Sorry. I hate it when I have to cough. Yeah, again, it's like growing up with TikTok, growing up with social media. It's just like, it's a little unfair to like talk shit all the time about the younger generation because you always have that. Like my parents were like, oh, in my day, things were so much harder and I had to do this and you guys have it so easy. So like there is that cynicism that you get from being from an elder generation. So again, I'm trying to be fair, right? Agreed, but I fear the majority of people are too stupid to come up with a common sense plan. It's either one extreme or the other. Red, where are you from? China? What the fuck? Yo, this guy. Not gonna lie though, some people should not say whatever is in their head. For instance, Trump. Yeah, that's an interesting dude. Their idea of success is going viral. That is their goal in life, not to learn a trade. The taxes in Iceland are outrageous too. See, that is going to be huge. If you're a young person and you have no idea what you want to do with your life or what type of profession you want to get into, man, get into a trade. The demand for that is unbelievable. It's interesting because the whole AI explosion, people always had this idea that artificial intelligence is going to replace blue-collar jobs. And that we're going to have robots doing all this work for us, and they're going to take our jobs. But it's been quite the opposite. The AI, ChatGPT and all this stuff, OpenAI, they have taken away from the white-collar jobs, programming, scripting, website design, lawyers, all that type of stuff. And the blue-collar jobs generally have been unaffected because it's so expensive to design a robot that's a carpenter or a plumber or an electrician. Like it doesn't really work. It's not feasible financially. So if you want to join a profession that's probably going to be future-proof for quite a while and in high demand, and get paid handsomely, man, welder, plumber, carpenter, electrician, any of those trades, oh my gosh, such high demand. Maybe I'm biased because I'm on the borderline of millennial and Gen Z, but I think there's nothing wrong with challenging expectations in a year. Someone definitely could have the skill set to be a manager in a year. I think the expectation is that you have to slave yourself to get something is very limited. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess the part where I left out, it's like, say for the manager roles, jobs at my work, it requires like 4 years in a senior role or 4 years work experience in a supervisor role, right? And what I'm talking about is someone's coming into our company in an entry-level position, and they don't even want to work towards the senior position. They don't even want to try to be a supervisor first. They just want to skip that and go straight to management, or straight to upper management, or straight to senior management. Like, there's like steps that you need to get there. It's sort of like, that's why, you know, jobs require 4 years experience of some senior level role. Because if you want to be a manager, you have to have some type of experience in at least being like a supervisor or something. And so that's sort of like what I'm kind of talking about. It's like, there's, of course, if you're qualified, then sure. But it's like this willingness where they just want to like hop over the steps or the prerequisites in order to get there. Oh, Nevada has no state taxes. House prices is 30% of Toronto. Damn, Nevada. I thought about moving to Nevada one time. Getting into a trade is more dire now. Definitely could make you good money and building a skill set. Yeah, imagine if you're just like an electrician or some type of carpenter, or I don't know, you know how to do drywall. Like, you just think about it. People will always need homes. People will always need electricity. People will always need walls. I don't know. It's like a skill you can't replace. It's so valuable, right? I'm leaving Canada and moving to Las Vegas. Serious. You must be loaded to be able to up and move countries. Lee, what are you smuggling, bro? Spit it out. Oh, that's funny. Millennials have entitled attitudes. Owning a business. Yeah, I'm a millennial. I heard an interesting statistic the other day. It was something about... Man, what was it about my millennials? Something that we're doing really poorly financially. I can't remember what it was. It's something about how our parents, the baby boomers, they're doing so well. You know, they bought homes when they were like 60,000 and now they're worth $1 million. They were in a job market that was booming. Like all this stuff that the baby boomers did well in. I remember reading something about millennials are just like doing so shit. I'm just like, oh man, that sucks. Can't remember what it was though. I wish I could. I need to reread that article. It was something about, on average, millennials are in their mid-30s living in their parents' basement still because they can't afford to get into the housing market. And that it was about money. It was something about money. I wish I could remember what it was. I'll have to reread it. But yeah, that's me. I'm a millennial. I gotcha. That makes sense. Basically, what you were saying about instant gratification. Yeah, it's like that. I want everything now type of attitude. But it makes sense, right? Because I remember the days if I wanted like a book, I'd have to, I don't know, take the bus to the mall or walk to the mall, or get my parents to drive me there. I have to walk to like an Indigo bookstore, find the thing that I want, physically buy it with money, then walk home, right? But now I can just buy anything with my phone, Amazon Prime, next day shipping, straight to my door. Like, it's so easy, it's so accessible, right? So that definitely has an effect on your outlook on the world and the way you think, for sure, right? I am also a millennial. Yo, me and Arnie, we're millennials. I thought the boomers' kids were Gen X. Well, I guess it depends in the year, right? Yeah, so my parents are baby boomers. You know what's crazy though? My parents told me something very scary, but also interesting. And he said, this was from my dad. He's like, you need to learn more about personal finance and take your finances seriously, especially when it comes to your future and retirement. And he goes, do you want to know why? And I was like, sure, Dad, enlighten me. And he said, my generation, the baby boomers, we're all retiring. And you know what we're going to be doing in the next 5 years? We're going to be draining our Canadian pension plan fund. And all of us baby boomers, we are one of the biggest population by generation, hence the name baby boomers. And we are going to put a massive dent on our country's pension retirement fund. And my dad's like, I'm going to drain all the money out of that thing. We have this thing in Canada called CPP. You pay into the Canadian pension fund on your paycheck every pay. And then when you retire, you can kind of claim part of the CPP. And it's sort of like, it's like a supplement to your retirement type of thing. And my dad's like, I'm going to drain it. Mom's going to drain it. All the other baby boomers, we're going to kill that fund. And I was like, that's interesting. And then he was talking about how the amount of money that he's getting from his CPP is pretty significant. So he's like buying stuff. He's going on vacations. He's going to, where's he going? He's going somewhere in 2 weeks. My dad's going on a cruise. He just went to Alaska, right? So the baby boomers are taking all that money and they're spending it. And he's like, do you think you're going to have the same amount of money, your generation, when your turn comes up? He's like, we're going to kill that fund. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, all right, Dad. way to ruin my day. So it was just interesting. Because you would think my dad's perspective would be, oh, I worked hard. This is my money. I was in the workforce for 40 years. I put in my time. And my parents are 70. They were born in 53. But instead, the way that my dad saw it was like, my son's generation, they're going to get the short end of the stick. Because not only is the baby boomers here, their age of retirement is 65. So at 65, you can retire, you can receive full pension benefits, and you're okay. By the time the millennials retire, our age of retirement is going to be 67. So not only do we have to work an extra 2 years, but by the time we do retire, that countrywide fund is going to be pillaged and obliterated by the highest populous generation. And so it was just interesting that he had that perspective, where instead he should just be like, I deserve it because I work so hard. But the way that he saw it was like, oh man, I'm almost getting too much money from this fund. my son is fucked. So I just thought it was a very interesting conversation I had with my dad. He's an interesting guy. Like the way he sort of talks and thinks about things. You can't judge a person's character based on the generation they belong to, though, right? We are all different. Yeah, that's true. I guess we're just talking in like broad generalities, I guess you would say. Like a generalization. Like generally, this is my experience with like the younger generation. Of course, that doesn't apply to everyone, though, right? I want a Mercedes now. No money down with bad credit. Stupid attitude. Yeah, dude. Cars, man. If any of you guys have never bought a car, it is one of the biggest strains you could ever have financially. Just unbelievable. And I only have one car. I have one car. Me and my wife share one car because it's such a pain financially. I have so many, there's so many young guys at work where they buy Mercedes, they buy BMWs, they just like, they love their cars, right? And I'm just like, yo, what are you guys doing? You're committing like financial suicide. Wise words from your from your pops. Yeah. I just thought it was very interesting, like conversation that he had. Not as bad as a boat. Yo, guess who wants to buy a boat? My mom. With this retirement money. She's like, I want to buy a boat. I'm like, what? Having a car is literally like having a child or a pet that you care for. You got to prepare to have the budget. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm going to need a new car soon. I even try my best. Like with cars, I buy cars that come off of a 2-year lease. They'll have like roughly 50,000 kilometers. And then I'll finance to own the car from year 2 until 8. So I'll own the car for 6 years. Then when it gets to year 8, before 200,000 kilometers, I'll sell it and then buy a new car that comes off of a 2-year lease. So that's like generally the way that I approach cars. Like a yacht. Yo, getting a yacht is crazy, dude. That's like some next level shit. You know what? Let me give you an interesting perspective when it comes to materialistic possessions. I've bought cars. I've bought nice clothes, nice shoes, nice computers, televisions, every PlayStation, every Xbox, all the Nintendos. I used to buy all of that shit. Everything materialistic that you could think of, I was into all of that. And then right now, when I think back at all my purchases that I've made as a person, all of those that I just listed are like whatever. I don't care. The only actual purchase that has given me some type of happiness or fulfillment, or when I look back on it, I'm proud of it, is my house. That my home that I'm in right now is the only purchase that I ever made where I still feel good about it to this day. Because not only has it provided me with equity, right? And you can get like lines of credit and all this other stuff, giving my kids a place that they can grow up and live. But it's like the one purchase that has at least given me some type of happiness, where I can wake up, I have like my own space, my own office, I can paint these walls, whatever I want to do. I can do whatever I want in my backyard, put a swing set, get rid of this tree, whatever, do some landscaping. It's the only purchase that I can think of that generally brings me some kind of happiness. Even when you take trips, for example, going on an actual vacation or a trip, that doesn't make you happy. It's the anticipation leading up to the trip. It's like, oh, I want to go to Disneyland. You're so excited. Oh, when you go to Disneyland, it's going to be sick. You're thinking about it. You're planning. You're going to go to Magic Kingdom. You're going to go to Epcot. You get on the plane. You have all your stuff packed. It's so exciting. And you get there and it's like, what makes you the most happy when you're there? When you're at Disneyland, the thought that you have is, I can't wait to go back. That's what makes you the most happy. It's the thought of going there. And once you're actually there, it doesn't bring you that extreme level of happiness. And I was like, wow, what is this? I was so excited to go to Disneyland. We went after our wedding. That was me and Tina's honeymoon. We took all our cousins and my brother and went to Disneyland. And it was so exciting. And then when I got there, I'm like, I can't wait to come back and bring my kids. And that's so strange. That's such a strange way to think about things. And if you think back about all your purchases, my phone, like in the moment, yeah, it's awesome. Now it's just fucking just like throw this shit. It's a phone. I don't care. It doesn't make me happy, right? And I've always thought, like, what have I bought that actually has given me fulfillment? And aside from the house, there's been like small things like board games, for example, because I'll have friends, family over, and instead of, just talking or watching something on TV, we can have we'll play a board game, and it creates like good memories and sort of stuff like that. There are other things that you buy that does give you levels of fulfillment and happiness. But I think one of the best things for your best return on your money is buying some type of home or house or renting your own place. Just having your own, something about having your own space, having your own place is sort of what makes you happy. But it doesn't make you happy, but like when you think back, it's not something that you regret. And that's why I think that millennials right now are struggling so bad. All-time levels of depression, anxiety, unhappiness, financial despair, because they're 35 years old and they're stuck living with their parents because they can't afford to have their own place. And I think, again, this is my own opinion. This is anecdotal, right? This is just based off my own personal experience as a 39-year-old man. When I wake up in the morning, I get out of my bed, I step on the floor, I'm like, man, I'm happy I have my own space, my own place, and I can do whatever I want and do my live stream today. So that's my random rant about finance. Rip phone? Oh yeah, I threw it. Fuck that phone, bro. This thing is ass, dude. Electric cars are for rich people only. Derek had all the... Dude, Red, I used to spend so much money on basketball shoes, basketball jerseys and shorts. And I used to... All of that shit. And one, Nike, all of that. I loved everything. I was at Foot Locker every weekend buying up a storm. Just... facts, shelter and food is the most important. Oh, you know what else is? That's a good point, Red. Food. Having like nice meals with people that you care about, those experiences are awesome. Because I remember like my first time having Wagyu beef. No, not Wagyu. Was it Wagyu? What did I have in Tokyo? Was it Wagyu? I think it was Wagyu beef with Tina and her cousin. It was like, that was awesome. Our first time going to a luau in Hawaii. That, again, awesome memories. That was super cool. That's a good point, Red. Good food, good meal with people you love. I get it, Derek. Our homes are sacred to us, especially if we own them outright. I think also owning some land is a good investment if you have cash like that. Yeah, and you know what else it is too? I read this book. It sort of still holds up to this day. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a really old book. And in that book, there was this parable of these 10 life lessons on how to find happiness as a man. And a lot of them kind of don't make sense. But there was one where it's like, and it's worded very weird, like, man, thou art, like that type of language. And it'll be like, a man's happiness is found within having a property to call his own, or something like that. So even this book that's incredibly old, let me find the date. The Richest Man in Babylon. When was it written? 1920. So it was written 100 years ago. So it's a financial advice from a couple of parables set 4,097 years earlier in ancient Babylon. Okay, so we're talking about 4,000-year-old parables. And even back then, 4,000 years ago, a man's ability to own some type of land will bring him some type of happiness, right? It's just like that. It's a lesson. And one hoop mixtapes with, oh yeah, and one hoop mixtapes with what's that guy's name? Hot Sauce or whatever. I used to love that. Derek, do you think we should be able to post memes in YouTube comments? Whoever controls the memes controls the universe? Yo. If there was if there was an option to turn that on, I'd do that. I'm all for freedom, bro. I wish you could post memes, GIFs, whatever. Post what you like. I love memes. The poll is deadlocked? Oh, the stream poll. Yo, 8 votes. Stream tomorrow, yes, no? Oh, 50. All right. Bro, some homeless man I had a convo on the street with told me about that book years ago. I might have to read it now. Yeah, so remember, you have to read it and also understand that not everything holds up. But there are some very interesting ideas in that book. One of the best pieces of financial advice that actually holds up to this day is the very first lesson of finance is to pay yourself first. Generally, when you get paid, like you take your paycheck, for example, the first thing you do, you take your paycheck and you allot it to your bills. So you pay your rent, you pay your mortgage, you pay your cell phone bill, your heating bill, your OnlyFans bill, your gas bill, whatever, electricity bill. And then whatever money you have left over, then okay, you maybe put into savings or something. In The Richest Man in Babylon, they said the number one thing you have to do is pay yourself first before doing anything else. So say, for example, you get your paycheck, it's $1,000 and you want to save 10% of your income. Before you do anything, take $100, put it into your savings account, put it into your Roth IRA, put it into your 401k, put it into your crypto portfolio, your index fund, whatever. And then with that remaining $900, then disperse that amongst your bills and all that other stuff. This way, by paying yourself first, you always will incur that form of compound interest where you will benefit, you will gain, and you will always save before paying those bills. And that was interesting because that advice holds up to this day. It's so important to always pay yourself first. And this is something that I do. Before my paycheck, before I do anything, with it. This may sound a little stupid, but I put $10, just $10 every week into this one investment account. I would like it to be more, but because of the interest rate hikes, my mortgage like went from 2,000 something to like over $4,000. I'm just getting killed. But again, this concept, pay myself first, at least $10 every week goes into this savings account that will compound and I will benefit. And then whatever money is left over, dispersed all my bills, right? So it's a very core fundamental strategy when it comes to personal finance that still holds up in 2023. I'm going to clear my throat. Shit, I already do that. Seems to work out well for me so far. Yes, Red. Perfect. I also get cash rewards for my credit card every time I pay it off. That's extra income already. Yeah, so that's another thing. Always pay off your credit card. Never incur any interest. I pay all my bills with my credit card so that I gain that like 2% dividend cash back at the end of the year. Like if you get a bill, a phone bill that's $100, why would you pay that with your checking account? You're paying $100 bill with $100. Instead, pay that $100 bill with your credit card, right? And you'll get $2 back from that 100. So you're only actually paying 98. And then use the cash to pay the credit card. It's an extra step, right? But that's another thing that I do. And on top of that, it drives up your credit score like crazy. And then you're able to, again, get a mortgage, all that stuff, buy a home, blah, 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 blah. That's what I did. But yeah, read The Richest Man in Babylon. And then what you want to do is read a more modern book. I have it right there. It's called The Psychology of Money. Hold on. So after The Richest Man in Babylon, this book right here. This is the most amazing book that I've ever read on personal finance. Because it's not about stocks and bonds and graphs and index funds and all of that. It teaches you the psychology behind money and how to think and how to plan and how to prepare. And it's like, why do you want money? What do you want to do with your money? Where do you want to be in the future? How do you get there? It just trains you to think about money in just a well-educated way. I think I read this book I think I read it 3 times to just absorb all the information. And I'm a nerd too. Like I highlight. Like I always highlight all my. This is important. And what I do is I go back to my book, and I'll highlight stuff. Let me see. Like here, what did I highlight here? Reputation is invaluable. Freedom and independence are invaluable. Family and friends are invaluable. Being loved by those who you want to love you is invaluable. Happiness is invaluable. And it just like talks about like how money can plan you to get those things, right? This is so interesting. Yeah, this book is awesome. Do you think fiat money, as in currency not backed by a commodity such as gold or silver, is real money? See, I never understood that. So the US, their dollar was based on the gold standard, right? And that was taken away by, I want to say Eisenhower? No. God damn it. I don't know my US history well. Who's the guy that took them off the gold standard? Woodrow Wilson? Was that the guy? Anyways, whoever the US president that took the United States off of the gold standard is such like shit. Because that money, and this is a problem, right? This is why we have to learn about money. This is why we have to learn about investing, because your money is always depreciating based on inflation, right? And this is what drives me crazy. You would think in 2023, our technology advances. We're so much more efficient at making things. We're so much better at making new products that betters our lives. So because everything is becoming faster, easier, and more efficient to make, shouldn't it become cheaper? But instead, it's the inverse. Everything is more expensive. And the reason for that is because the government keeps printing money. And when you print money, that causes inflation. So then your money that you have in your bank account is going down. You are losing. You're playing a losing game. So you have to invest just to race against inflation. Like if your money is just sitting in your cash box or under your mattress or in a checking account, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. You have to invest it and at least try to get like some 5% return from S&P 500, an index fund or something, or else you are constantly losing this race. And that's like the whole problem, right? Our whole system in North America, it's just so backwards. The government keeps printing, inflation goes up, the value of our money goes down, but somehow we're becoming more advanced and efficient in technology and goods and services that prices still go up. So it's such a, it drives me nuts. It literally drives me nuts. Because the safest thing that someone would say is, oh, just save your money. But if you do that, you're losing. So the advice is you need to invest it into the stock market, which is like a gamble. You need to find some commodity that can beat inflation over time, again, which is a gamble. You're taking a risk. There's no guarantee that it will grow. And again, that's why I read these finance books, learn about diversification, diversifying your assets, right? Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, US equities, Canadian equities, European equities, 401ks, Roth IRAs, if you're Canadian, TFSAs, RRSPs. Find the acronyms in your country for your investment accounts that give you financial benefit and get all of them, right? Spread it out. You need to get all of these things. So get a little crypto. I know that's crazy, but you probably want to dabble in a little of that too. Yeah, I'm just start a YouTube channel, get some AdSense side money going. I don't know. Like this, just you gotta do something. Get your money up, people. Yeah, man. Nixon. Oh, it was Nixon. Okay. President Richard Nixon took off the gold standard. Oh, that bastard. Hey, Derek, do you know a financial advisor who also works in the US that can help with learning about stock trading? Oh, no idea, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't know. In the US, I don't know. Because again, like our accounts and stuff are different. Wait, I was told last week that cryptocurrency is volatile. Yeah, it is. But what I'm saying is that you want to have your money spread out everywhere, right? Because a common mistake that people have is they'll have all their money in the bank in checking account and a savings account, or a checking account and a retirement account, and then that's it. What if there's a banking crisis? What if that bank goes under? What if your economy implodes, right? You want to spread your money out across multiple assets. Again, you're not supposed to give financial advice. You're not supposed to talk about money or how much money you make. It's not professional. I don't give a fuck. I think that's so stupid. Why would you not talk to people about money? It's so important, right? And so what I always tell people is, before you ever take financial advice from someone, ask them, where is their money? Right? If you see a financial advisor and they say, oh, buy this AT&T stock, Well, how much of your net worth is invested in that? What do you invest in? What's your net worth? Where is your money, right? But people, oh no, it's private, it's confidential. So whenever I give like financial advice to people, I try to tell them like where mine is. So say for example, I have a bunch in my home, equity. This is like a actual physical asset. Next thing that I have is an index fund, right? Something like the S&P 500 is great, where it's 500 the five America's best trading companies: Google, Facebook, Apple, Nvidia, etc. Then you'll probably want to have a little bit in some type of stock or mutual fund or a retirement account. So if you're in the US, you want to have a 401k. Does your company add any bonus contributions to it? Then do it. Maybe you want to have a Roth IRA for tax incentive reasons. If you are Canadian, the equivalent to that is an RRSP, a TFSA. So that's what I use. A TFSA is tax-free savings account. So in Canada, we have an account that whatever we invest in and whatever it grows, it is completely tax-free. You pay no income tax on that. So again, I have some money in savings, some of my house, stocks, bonds, index funds, mutual funds, tax-free account, pension. Like you want to spread it out, right? So if I lose my day job and it blows up, I'm still okay. If my YouTube channel gets banned, I lose all my AdSense, I'm okay. My website gets deleted, I'm okay. I lose my day job or my house blows up, I'm okay. You want to have it all spread out, right? The idea is you need to stay in the game and you can't let like one black swan event like an economic crisis or the housing market collapse ruin you financially. And that is like the best financial advice that I've obtained from reading all of these books about finance and just, I don't know, just trying to create some type of equity or some type of financial safety net for like my family. So that's the best advice I can give. Heck, I had a bunch of rare Pokemon cards as a kid until my supposed friends stole my whole collection. Oh no. Derek, what was your first video game console? The regular Nintendo, the very first Nintendo. I remember I got it and played with my dad. Always research about what you're investing. Do not listen to anybody and always invest small until you see. So this is great advice right here by Red. Right? This is great advice. It's like you always want to, again, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Someone gives you advice, take it with a grain of salt, right? It's just like crypto, for example. Do I have some crypto? Yes. Is it less than 1% of my net worth? Yes. It's like a fraction of a percent. It's very tiny, but it's something, right? If you hear someone's like, oh, I know this altcoin is going to blow up, and then you put 80% of your net worth into that altcoin, you're just asking for trouble, right? So listen to Jim Cramer. Tommy Vu will make you rich. This guy, yo. Thank you for the financial advice. No problem, Candy. You know what the other thing you have to understand about finance is that human beings are incredibly bad at predicting the future, and human beings are incredibly bad at underestimating what we will need financially in the future. And so what this book teaches you is that you need to save for the unexpected, save for the unprepared, because there's going to be a day in your future where you might need a new car, a family member gets sick, your brother or sister loses their job, your company goes under, your business fails, you get evicted. So there are a million scenarios in the future that haven't transpired yet that are going to happen whether you like it or not. And if you aren't financially ready or prepared for that, it's going to ruin you, right? So you have to plan for the unexpected, right? That is like, it's huge, because black swan events, that's what ruins people. Like COVID is the biggest black swan event in history. COVID happens, lockdown, the government says your business has to close. You're fucked. You're so fucked unless you have a backup plan, unless you plan for the unexpected, right? And the way you do that again is diversification, right? So, we did 2.5 hours. Just realized. I got to wrap it up soon. Oh, look at Arnie. Derek, aren't you tired? I already taken my night medicine. It's 11:30 in Iceland. I'm bro, I gotta record some videos after this. my day is just getting started, bro. Okay, let's wrap it up. So tomorrow may be a super late stream, depending on what time I get back from the Santa Claus parade. But no guarantees. The poll is 50-50 anyway. So, Red, appreciate you as always, bro. Love hearing your opinion and advice. Red always has real shit. Candy, thanks again for stopping by. Arnie, my brother. Lee, Mr. Random Craziness. You make me laugh, bro. Who else came to the stream? Where was that person who was talking about mushrooms during her first trip? Rihanna? And Deb, if you're still there, if you're watching, shout out to Deb. Oh, Rihanna, you're still here. Okay, thanks for stopping by. And Deb, who watches the stream, but she's unable to chat. So, guys, have a great weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow, we will see you next Sunday. And save your money. Bye. That was a good stream.